I've spent 11 nights in this most glorious apartment right in the heart of Imola, and I'm a little bit sad to be leaving today, but heading on to somewhere new. Never been to Lisbon before, got a week there, and then down to Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix. It's about a 40-minute drive to Bologna Airport, and I've got a flight to Frankfurt, an hour in Frankfurt, and then on to Lisbon. And with that said, I've got a couple of minutes to just tidy up here, and we'll be on the road, hey? We're on to Bologna on a very nice morning, a little bit crisp. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Imola. Just a really pretty little city, about 70,000 people. Bologna's got, I think, around 500,000, so the airport's not that big, and I don't think they have too many flights in and out there at the moment, but there's certainly one that I'm interested in this morning, and that's the one I'm heading to. Well, it took me the best part of an hour to fill all that paperwork out yesterday for this flight, but I did it well because it was pretty much produce everything I'd done. The lady just ticked it off, gave me my boarding pass, and now I'm off to Frankfurt for an hour and then to Lisbon. They have a Ferrari store in the airport. Well, they would, wouldn't they? This is the heart of Ferrari here. Bologna Airport, where it must be 27 degrees in here. I've taken my jacket off and the outer shirt and the scarf. I'm pretty close to taking the t-shirt off as well. I'm still quite buoyed about the weekend's race and the crash in particular. I reckon I was only 40 seconds away from capturing that crash. If I'd stayed another 40 seconds, I would have got the cars coming towards me, having collided on the inside of the track and then hitting the outside wall. But then again, I think, yeah, that'd be interesting pictures, but the real story was George out of the car going to Valtteri, and I probably still would have run those as the preferred photos, but it would have been nice to have the extra ones. Hello.
Als ik een document, dan may I ask you document?
What do you need to see?
Passport already?
Sure.
Thank you.
So business here is just one of the two seats is occupied, and economy obviously both seats are occupied, but nice plane, nice seats. Not sure if I get a meal, so taking precautions. If you ever get to travel on this plane and you get a choice of seats, take row 1 on the right hand side because you get about an extra 10 centimetres of legroom. Of course, one of the advantages of sitting in the front row is you get to exit first, except in this instance because we're exiting from the back today. Going out of gate A38, and this is gate A15, and it's boarding now. That must have been a kilometre walk, and when I get here I thought I'd be late, but they're still looking at documentation here, making sure that we've got what we need. I'm confident. All good?
Yep.
Danke.
Passengers with boarding group number 1 and 2 only.
It's such an adventure because you're never quite sure whether you've got the right paperwork, whether you've got to get through, whether somebody's got to hold you up.
Willkommen an Bord.
Morgen.
Geht das noch?
I think the seat on the other plane was probably better. This one's a little bit tighter. even though it's a bigger plane, it's a 3-3, and the middle seat here is blocked out. When you're bored, instead of getting a treat or a lolly or something, they give you one of these disinfectant things. It's a sign of the times. So 3 glasses, and you get to mix them together. Cheers. If you're lucky enough to get a meal on board and you get a napkin, just know that there's a little hole in one corner of that napkin that allows you to, with some effort with my left hand, attach that to your shirt button and it stays there. This is Portugal, very sunny as we came in, and it looks beautiful. My first time in this country. And I think things are pretty good here in Lisbon. Shops will be open. I understand down at Portimao though, no restaurants, they're still closed because they've got some outbreaks. Just seen Lewis Hamilton in the airport too. My initial thoughts are, when we're flying in, that it reminded me a little bit of maybe Madrid and Brazil, and then a little bit of Barcelona. But yeah, really lovely, some very nice clouds out here. So I booked this place just off the net, and the pictures look pretty nice. They're bedrooms, so I'll have a look at them in a second. Oh yeah, it's quite lovely. If I'm going to be here for a week and I'm going to be just pretty much editing video, I wanted somewhere nice. Oh yeah, this is extravagant. This is almost like a nightclub out here. That is quite incredible up there with that castle. Good exercise walking up those steps. And there's another hill over there you can see behind me. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this. This is quite magnificent. I think it needs more than one person here to really make use of this space. Oh my gosh, it's pretty. Yeah, I give this a thumbs up. No, 2 thumbs up. Well, the sun has just disappeared and it is really such a beautiful place. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit wet, I believe, over the weekend, but still, I'll spend most of my time editing here at this place. And right there behind me is where I've edited the video that you are watching this very second. And if you've liked it, I'm going to urge you to press the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and if you want notifications of when videos are released, just click on the bell button and become a member. Hang on a second, I've gone too early with the closing stuff. I want to talk about Mazepin's entourage out on track during the track walk on Thursday. Have a look at this. That was a record number. I think there were 9 of his Haas people with him. This was taken at the approach to Variante Alta, and there's a lovely crest. I really quite like that soft background. I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, but Lando Norris was the only driver to come underneath the track on Sunday into the paddock. Everyone else went down the other end. Had I have been in that tunnel, I think the photos would have been spectacular. Have a look at this. What a beautiful place to shoot. I also wanted to say that the police were there, not the band, but the actual Italian police were there in big numbers, keeping people away from the track. Although, when I walked to turn 1 for the start, there would have been over 2,000 or 3,000 people, I reckon, outside the track. And I know what they were there for. They were waiting for the planes to fly over in formation. And of course, unfortunately for me, I was hightailing it and not able to take a photo by the time they got anywhere near me. I need to say thank you to the people in the media canteen. My gosh, the food was unbeatable. Well, it's Italy, it's going to be great food, but every meal spectacular. So thank you to those guys and girls behind the counter, keeping us well fed throughout the 4 days of the event. See these things? These are the commentary boxes for all the TV networks. This is out in the car park. The commentators are nowhere near the track. Normally they're situated opposite the pits and they can see certainly the start and pit lane, but not in this particular instance. Someone said to me, hey, they could do that from their lounge room at home if they wanted. This way they get the feed instantly. And someone also said that the televised feed is delayed by a few seconds perhaps, just in case something nasty happens on track and they want to cut away. And with that said, let's finish off with my F1 driver books are available at kimellman.com. You can get my pics from prostarpics.com for personal and editorial use. And you'll get my best pictures live from the track on Instagram at Kim Illman. Thanks for watching and stay passionate.